realise it first.
Hello and
Sounds
welcome
like
everybody.
being spilled.
The sounds of weeping give me power. Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and the boys as always, as we carry on our tabletop RPG series with some more Dark Heresy, Inquisitorial Profiteer. Now, in the last episode, our group of Inquisitorial acolytes had gone from one planet to another aboard the Lustful Maiden. Fortunately, apart from some weird dreams, there were no problems this time, fortunately, as they made their way to their next destination. And the next destination is, of course, Las Torren. So, as a recap for you all out there, Las Torren is a mining world which has an industry around precious metals and gemstones. It's a seasonal mining world because it is a volcanically active world. So every high season, they mine the lava flows. Every low season, the lava flows. We're currently on the low season, so there is no real mining activity going on. The players found out last time because they had coerced one of the NPCs into using her special ability that allowed them to get a lot of information about the world. The core things that you should all remember out there at the moment is that there is a natural phenomena that happens around this world every low season, and that is called the crackle. It is a I remembered the wording for it, but now I can't quite remember. It is a solar event, or it's something that happens every year on this world through different strengths. Sometimes it can be quite weak, other times it can be quite strong. The crackle has only just started to begin, so there shouldn't be any real problems for the party. However, the crackle does cause pain to psychers. So unfortunately, our two psychers in the party and the Inquisitor currently have a really bad headache. Things may get worse. The Lustful Maiden has entered the solar system. That's wrong. Has entered the planetary's solar system? That's not right. Astral body? That'll do. Around the planet, orbit, that's one. Has approached orbit of the planet and is about to dock with a space station that is in orbit. The space station is run by the Mechanicus. This seems to be it's maintained and has a Mechanicus enclave on it, but it is run by the Adeptus Administratum. There is a dock for repairs and a starport for trading. At the moment, there are no ships in orbit. There are no ships in dock at the space station, as it is low season. We will start back up our campaign as the Lustful Maiden has made dock. You would all have been given essentially a really crappy announcement would have come over the tannoy saying that we have made dock. All guests should make their way to the shuttle bay.
All right then. Let's get on going.
Sounds good to me.
Just in case it does come up, I am wearing the. Just in case it has any impact, I am wearing the carapace armor. If there's any impact on the,
Sure. Once you make your way to the shuttle bay, which essentially means getting off your gun cutter and stepping out into the shuttle bay and going, oh, I guess we'll wait for the others. Your Inquisitor is there. He is currently talking with Mario, the Psyker, and Sergeant Kroon, his pilot.
My baby. No.
What a
Not
guy.
anymore. You gave him away.
He grows up so fast.
That was never your baby. You bought it and then sold it.
It has a name.
It
What's his
is
name?
merchandise to you.
His name is... I don't know. I need to look at my notes.
I think it is Mario. I genuinely think
Mario
it is
now.
Mario.
Oh yeah, his name's Mario now.
I genuinely think everyone decided to call him Mario ages ago when you put him in the... When I was like, you don't actually know his name. And someone was like, yeah, we'll call him Mario.
No, he had no name because he grew up in the fucking stasis thing. Not stasis, but the protection.
Didn't he have a psychic name though? And this was like, yeah, that's his name. And you're like, no, it's Mario.
No, it's Mario. This is what happened with other Mario too. Okay, he had a name.
Yeah.
David Wise.
Not anymore.
He
Easy
still
plans
remembers.
him.
Yeah.
But if we brainwash him,
Have to weapon.
But
Make
he is
sure to
being
reload.
brainwashed. He's part of the Inquisition now. Well, actually, technically, he's not. You're kind of brainwashed if you're an Imperial citizen.
Yeah.
I mean, just if you're 40 resident.
I was on the board. I did kind of brainwash him think that the black chips were good.
Yeah, that's kind of a cruel act.
What do you mean? The black
That's
chips
a
are good.
seriously cruel act, to be honest. Yeah, even for 40k. Especially if you get one of the fun black ships.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh well.
as you all see, Mario is talking to the Inquisitor. You can see the Inquisitor hands Mario some pills and tells him to take them if the headache gets worse.
Can I scrutiny that?
Sure.
Oh, hold up.
Minus.
Don't.
Well, there would be a minus to your roll because unless you have Medicaid. Because how do you know what pills he's given him? Meh. Yeah, you see some pills are handed off. You don't know what they are.
I fucking hate telemarket. Sorry, what was that?
You
I
don't.
failed. Oh,
So
my.
there would be a minus unless you have Medicaid, because you don't know what
I
pills he's
don't.
giving. You know, how do you know what these? How do you know what these pills are that
Even
he's
then.
handing over?
That sounds more like trade chemist.
I wouldn't give a negative to someone who had Medicaid to be like, he's giving him little blue pills. They're not for headaches. Oh no.
Blue pills? Oh,
Or little red pills.
Oh no.
Or little, you know.
Oh, no.
You would have an idea, but you don't, and you failed massively. So yeah. Mario does seem to be in some pain, but he definitely seems different from when you last saw him. At the very least, he doesn't seem quite as timid and like just taken aback by the world and the things around him and so on. Well, at least he didn't get caught eating it, although it does look like he's chewing on something. But anyway, digging for gold. So, fuck, why did I do that? I just minimized a lot of things. I didn't want to. So, after a few moments, the rest of the Inquisitor's team will turn up. to make this a little bit quicker, we'll lose the RP. Most of the crew are going to stay on the ship. The only ones he's really taking with him are the Brain Squad and your squad.
I thought we were the Brain Squad. An account of how many brains blow up.
No.
No.
Different kind of brain squad.
No. No.
Oh no, it's this Mechanicus. Oh fuck.
No. It makes sense. It makes
God,
sense. We
oh,
never
fuck.
have it, so we don't know.
You would also note, because you keep making note of her, that Nutella is here. She doesn't seem to be...
Nutella.
See, Nutella. Well, it's not Nutella. It's.
I thought it was a
It's
C, so
Noella.
it's Nuella.
It's Noella. I'm just gonna keep calling her Nutella until the day I die, but.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, there is an E.
Definitely not Ella.
It's Nuella.
A.
But she seems really out of it. Like someone who's been heavily sedated out of it. She still seems to
I wonder
have
why.
some wits about her. I'll give it to the two psychers. She seems to be doped up on something, but is still... You can still sense, like if you do a Psyniscience, you'll sense she's still got control over her power, but she is heavily sedated.
So she doesn't go batshit and kill it.
She's staying on the ship. She's not coming down. Fuck, he's not taking that crazy bitch with him.
Good idea.
Yes, it does sound like that. How did you know?
So, basically, you're only going to be taking down one gun cutter.
Why
this
do we
time.
have a Mickey Mouse?
You don't. You're going to be going down in one gun cutter. You won't be taking two this time. And you'll be taking the... let me think for a moment, actually. Would it be the No, it wouldn't be the Inquisitor's one, because the kid would be on the Inquisitor's one. So yeah, you'll be taking your gun cutter down.
Yeah. Do you not trust us with kids?
No, it's
The
just
kid
the
is a
stasis.
psyker.
It's just the stasis machine. The stasis device is in his ship at the moment.
Yeah.
So if the kid needs to be chucked in the stasis device, it's best that he stays on the ship with the stasis device.
The kid's an unsanctioned psyker.
Yeah.
Well, he is technically sanctioned because Inquisitor can sanction him.
He was unsanctioned like a week ago.
Yes.
True.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. No, actually 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
It might
Yeah,
have
it's
actually
been
been
like-
a bit longer than this. He's been sanctioned for a little while now.
Oh no, it could have been actually a month actually.
I think it is closer to a month, but yeah.
I have a question. How long did it take for us to reach this planet again? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
Did we recover all of our
Oh, your fortune points. On that note, before you start your mission, yes, you will all receive a refresh on your fortune points, and in that time, you all should have healed to max as well.
I'm just asking because otherwise I would have one big point.
No, a long
One
period
hit
of time
point?
did pass.
Not maximum.
So was that
I have
hit
one
point or fate point? You said.
Oh,
fate point. Fate. Hit points I had 9 before the trip, but I am fully healed after 2 days.
So you were all gathered on your ship. Yeah, Ezio, you're flying. As it is your ship, Sergeant Kroom is not here.
Can we not take the other pilot?
Can I roll to clench?
You just clench. You just clench. Don't worry. I get you to roll toughness if you can't hold the clench. It's fine.
Won't work well for me.
Is it me or did the sheet update? Like the checkboxes look different.
Are you using a different browser?
'Cause- 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 'cause
Oh, okay. Because if you swap
Doesn't
from Firefox to Chrome, it does change. It's the setup. It's the writing default that Firefox and Chrome use are different. So, whilst the ship is in dock at the Mechanicus facility, you will be able to go over there or to send messages over there later on. But for now, Inquisitor needs to go and speak to the planetary governor. So, you don't actually have to roll an operate test, Ezio, because at the moment, it's perfectly fine. Like, there's no...
Yeah, I know. It was just to demonstrate to the party that
And
I
again,
can fly.
you'd be getting a plus for it because you get the ship's maneuverability, which I completely forgot to look up. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to look it up from Battlefleet Cronus.
Battlefield Cronus, yes. Oh wait, no, it's not actually. Hang on.
It's the other one, isn't it?
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, it's in one of the Rogue Trader books. I was meant to give you a character sheet with the gun cutters stuff written on it. But I didn't because I'm lazy. I'm lazy.
Ships? No, it's not ships. It's vehicles. Vehicles.
Yeah, I think it's a plus 15. I think.
Maneuverability.
Into the storm.
I can't see where maneuverability is on that.
Maneuverability is for the gun cutter. 0 on the gun cutter.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
maybe I'm
Lander
thinking
has
the
a plus
Aquila.
10.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
no.
thinking of the Aquila then. Okay.
Winning Aquila.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I must have got confused with the Aquila then. Huh. And no, I didn't actually give you a thing for gun cutter. That's odd. Never mind. So, as you take off towards the planet, you will take note that it's a very red planet. Not much to say really. You fly down to the largest spaceport, starport on planet, using Inquisitorial clearance. You get to land in the highest shuttle bay in the starport. There you are met by a number of security teams. I'm just going to hand wave this. The Inquisitor basically tells them to fuck off. You're basically led into the planetary governor's estate. It takes you about half an hour. You get quite a nice ground car that drives you through. The Inquisitor's going to spend a couple of hours talking to the planetary governor. Castella and the Brain team are going to go off to the planet's Chronicalarium, and your team is acting as
Enforcers,
bodyguards, basically.
Yeah.
To get away, with you being fully equipped. Essentially, Darius, you are left in certain areas. Like, there are certain areas that the planetary governor stops all of you, and is like, especially Darius can't come with, but this is a meeting between planetary governor and myself. Darius would be restricted to where he can go. The rest of you can basically go where you want. There will be a member of the house staff who will follow you around for a while. Make sure you don't nick anything. They'll take you to smoking rooms, areas where you can sit and have a drink, have some refreshments. But basically, a couple of hours is going to pass. The Brain team does their roles, which, Castella uses one of her fortune points, gets 5 degrees of success. That's so powerful. I'll save that for later. And essentially, The Inquisitor is going to come back out. After about 3.5 hours, you see him leave. The planetary governor looks very sheepish, very foolish. As you all follow him, we'll start off. Castella, this is a dead end. Did you find anything out there? No, Inquisitor. I didn't find anything in particular regards to this world. It seems that this planet was not in full use circa 10,000 years. It's only really been producing usable resources since 3,000 years ago or so, about times when material resources were being divided up in a different way, my lord. Right, I don't have time for this. If this is what the planetary governor made out it to be, then there is no heresy on this world. He is merely a cautious fool. Well, Inquisitor, I haven't found any information. Shall I continue skimming through? Yeah, continue looking. I'll call you again in 3 hours. Yes, Inquisitor. Right. So, to the rest of y'all, this was a nonsensical mission. Planetary Governor was misled in his beliefs. However, we have our own reasons to investigate this planet. I want those of you who know what you're looking for to go and assist Castella. Go and try and point her in the right direction. Look for these ships that keep appearing. You have 3 hours to find something to keep us on world. Otherwise, I would quite like to leave this place. Psychers!
Yep.
Lower your psychic skill by 1, as the crackle has got worse. Where's the Inquisitor?
Our psychic skill? You mean our psi rating?
Yep, your psi rating is reduced by 1.
Awesome.
The Inquisitor eats a handful of pills and then presents them to you.
You know what? I'm taking the pills, and before I swallow them, I'm just gonna. What did these do, sir? And then I chuck them into my mouth and swallow.
I'm gonna ask what they do. Yeah.
They're psychoneuralizers would be the best way to put it. They dullen the mind to psychic activity. Although it weakens our powers, it will at least provide some relief from this constant, irritating migraine. And as he says migraine, yes, you now have a psychic migraine. They're terrible.
It's like when my head exploded. When that comes on, I just take a handful. Whether he was lying or not, I don't care. Anything to make the pain hurt. Stop.
Pain hurt. Make the pain hurt.
Hashtag just Slaneshi things.
So, Mordecai, he does seem you've never heard of these pills before. You didn't know there were painkillers, psychic neuralizers. But he seems to be telling the truth, and he took 2, so you pop one in your mouth.
I'm gonna massage my temples a little bit to see, sir. You have permitted to go look at the trading on this place, and I heard that this place doesn't actually produce anything other than mining gems.
Oh, this hurts just like
I'm sorry, and
my
your point.
head exploded.
I want to acquire goods, sir, to trade and barter so I can further improve our funds.
Right, you're aware that it's low season. There is no mining. Anything that they do have will be on a marked up price, but by all means, if you wish to, go ahead.
Well, either way, I could always sell them booze, especially since they're not mining. They're probably bored out of their minds.
What did you say the suspected mission was for this place again?
Oh, the reason we were sent here, cold activity. It's always cold activity. Or some such nonsense.
Do you mind if I go take a look around then?
By all means, you're free to do as you see fit. If you can be more assistance to Costella, go and assist her, otherwise, you may do as you wish. The Inquisitor goes to put his hand on a handrail. He removes his hand quickly and expletes as he gets electrocuted. Only statically, but every time you touch metal now, roll a 1d10. On a 10, you get stunned for 1 turn.
Love it. I'm gonna go.
Beautiful.
Wait, everyone? Or the psychers?
Everyone. No,
God.
This is for everyone. Except from the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Adeptus Mechanicus have enough metal running through them that a static shock doesn't really do fuck all.
I'm gonna try and help.
Flashbacks!
Yeah, Admech.
At least we can feel something, you fucking metal piece of junk.
Wow!
That was
Sorry.
more aggressive than I thought it was gonna be.
Sorry. I apologize. Migraine. I'm not being myself. I am sorry, Winters.
I
Ow.
really miss Carla, but Jesus, you have to put down the other tech free.
Who the fuck is
just look
Carla?
I just look at you and go,
Sorry, not Carla.
and I'm the one with the bad reputation.
Oh, yeah.
Carla, who was it?
Jenny.
Jenny.
Sorry, Winters. Again. Migraine. I apologize.
Oh, God. Whatever above.
I agree. I apologize. But also calling us flashback is rude too. I'm gonna go to the comments and I'm gonna try to sell my booze.
Right, I'm going. I guess I'm going to the common area anyway for this patrol, but I'm gonna just say to the rest of you, just split up, go help Costella if you think you can help in that regard. If not,
I'm somewhat crazy, and I want to try to make up for my earlier mistakes, so I'm going to try and help them.
If you have any skills that would help, like lores and shit, go help Costella find something she may have missed.
Can I roll commerce to see if I can find things below market price, or maybe to increase the price of my booze? So,
Commerce. The way this works is you have to roll a commerce roll. Well, so you get two. I'm going to give you two choices. You can either roll, I think it's Scrutiny Fellowship, to find someone. You can use clues from the crowd from this. This is like asking people around if they know any traders. You know, you're looking for a trader. That's just a plain Scrutiny Fellowship. It wouldn't be that difficult. You're in the starport for this planet, so I'd probably give you a +10. Is it
just for Scrutiny or for commerce too?
No, definitely not for the commerce. Just for the Scrutiny Fellowship.
Okay, in that case, if I'm just asking around, I'm gonna ask around with Scrutiny, because I do have commerce, but
yeah, no. So the commerce role will be later. You'll do a commerce roll when you're actually negotiating prices with people. Now you just need to find someone who wants your stuff.
Oh, I believe that's
Okay.
I agree.
So you go to like the common areas where bars would be, and food establishments and things of that nature, and you start talking to a couple of individuals, and they point you in the right directions for, that's a dive. That's just where people go and drink. That's where people go and drink and eat. That's a place where they go to drink better stuff. They might get their Amasex from their finer quality stuff. And then you get shown like that place is more for nobility, but they might let you in. So you get a decent roll for actually finding a number of places. So, out of curiosity, where would you like to go?
You're muted, Jim.
I would like to go first to the one with whatchamacallit, the one above the dive bar, because the dive bar. Then again,
Okay, sure. You can go to that one.
I might go visit the dive bar a little later, but for now, I'm gonna go to the regular one. I don't think I have the highest quality of those because I just bought.
No. I gave you the chance to buy some like 1,000 throne bottle of alcohol. No, it wasn't 1,000. It was 800 throne bottle of alcohol. But you bought the bulk for. You wanted as much alcohol as you could get for 800 thrones.
Well, they're the cheapest alcohol around. I would go to the dive bar first, but I'll go to the one above the dive bar. If that doesn't work, I'll go to the dive bar.
Sure, no, that's fine. Give me a commerce roll. This is opposed.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, roll 20. That took a long time to roll.
I'm gonna assist.
Okay.
Beep boop by my boat. Beep boop by my boat.
If Winter assists me, do I get a bonus for my commerce?
No.
Okay. Ooh. 4 degrees.
Okay. So as you go in, this is a drinker's tavern, but it's not a dive bar. So you walk in, you're like, huh. This reminds me a little bit of the Raven Court, except from less thugs. And as you start talking to the barman, and he brings down the manager, and you get talking over a glass of Amasec. Do you drink the Amasec?
I will sip it because I have to taste the Amasec of this place to know the quality.
Marvelous. You've had alcohol with your psi inhibitor. Great. It has no effect. We still take the -1. Your headache's got a whole lot fucking worse now. Sorry, your migraine. So as you start talking, you're sipping on your Amasec, and by the end of the transaction, you feel like shit. Absolutely fucking terrible. But the barman does agree that the drink that you provided is of decent quality. It seems to be from this subsector. You can tell, as he's bought the bottles before. He does tell you that, it's low season. People were living off of their savings from high season. Market's a little bit more competitive now because of it. However, you provide some really good arguments for why your drink should come at a decent price. And by the end of it, you have doubled your money.
Ooh. Wait. Double because I bought it at 50%.
You bought 800. You bought 800 thrones worth. So you have made 800 thrones on top of that.
Okay, so that's okay. I made 1,700 thrones. Okay.
No, you made.
I bought 850 drums worth of alcohol. So double that. It's
Did you? I've got written
I
down here
did.
you bought 800.
I bought 50 more because I like round numbers.
What do you mean you like round number? 800 is a round number.
850. Otherwise, I would have 50 in my numbers forever.
Oh, your thrones. Okay. I'm thinking, hang on a
Yes.
minute. 800 is a round number. 850 isn't.
I don't know.
Okay, I get you. Your personal
Exactly.
thrones would have had. I get you. Okay. No, okay, I'll go with that. So yeah, you make 850. On top of what?
Okay.
On your 850.
Okay. Thank you.
So, Winters, was there anything you wanted to do at the bar or in the commercial district?
Not specifically the commercial district, but I will keep a lookout for any sort of
Gandalf.
plasma tech.
Okay, give me an awareness with a -40. You basically have very little chance of just seeing some plasma tech around here. You might see a Mechanicus symbol on a door, which you're like, I bet it's behind there. Ooh, so there's
boy.
his number.
I approve.
You
No,
need
I won't do
replacement eyes.
Oh boy. Yeah,
I
plasma
won't do
might have been a
anything.
big ask.
So, Ezio, what would you like to do?
I would like to just go around the streets and inquire about weird stuff they heard. What's the latest news?
Okay,
What's the latest memes?
news.
Memes.
Okay, sorry.
Memes are the news.
So if you roll me a... I'm sure... Oh, no, sorry. Actually,
I do have inquiry.
yes, can you roll for me inquiry? Sorry, Jim, it wasn't scrutiny, it was inquiry that I was thinking of. You're inquiring about things, but I'll give it to you because you got 15.
I don't think I can use perception for this.
No, this is... well, actually, no, it has to be fellowship because you're asking people.
This, thankfully, inquiry, I also have it, so it'll be the same number either way.
Okay.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Ezio, as you go round and start asking people about weird stuff going on, they kind of just look at you and just... Most of them seem like work is not happening at the moment. The starport is very, very quiet. There's an awful lot of people sitting around sipping drinks and making that drink last as long as possible. You might see some people pouring drinks into their drinks while sat at bars. You don't know if that's illegal or not, but it might be. But sadly, no one really... Nothing. You don't come across anything useful at all. For our guardsman. What did you want to do, Darius?
You mean the other guardsman?
Yeah, the other guardsman.
I'm walking between the lower, or the middle and lower districts. The middle and lower tier, I suppose. I want to see if I can spot anything that's happening out of the ordinary, or anything that's shady happening in alleyways and such.
Okay.
Basically making it look like a normal patrol, as if... Well, actually, that's a good question. Is there anything up online or in line with enforcers or arbites on this world? Or do I see
You
them
don't
walking
see
around?
you don't see any arbites walking around, not even in the higher parts of the starport. You did see the planetary governor's personal guard. Then you saw the around the actual hangar bay. Let me think. Actually, yeah, around the hangar bays, you'd have seen, more likely, you would have seen tech thralls. So servitors, maybe some lower or sub-cult Mechanicus members around those areas acting as security, or basically controlling the servitors. In the commercial district and all the areas that you're kind of walking through now, you do see PDF troopers who are walking around, normally in 2s or 3s. They seem to be handling the security, as you do, you just observe them over the 4 hours or so, 3-4 hours, doing their rounds and talking to people, and it seems like they're checking in. Give me an awareness check. I'm gonna have to say with a -10 if you're looking for anything dodgy.
Let me just double check something real quick. I just double check a talent, sorry. Could I possibly use clues from the crowd for this, just in case it fails? Clues from the crowd is once per day reroll a test made to gather information.
It depends. Do you want to do an awareness check looking around for things, or do you want to use inquiry to inquire with people? If you use inquiry, you 100% can use clues from the crowd, and you can use inquiry perception, which is an odd one.
Yeah, I think I'll do inquiry perception.
Sure. I will just explain this. Inquiry perception, you're getting close enough to people to watch them. Right, you're not going up and asking them. If you roll it with fellowship, you're going up to people and inquiring. When you're doing it with fellowship, when you're doing it with perception, you're more of watching where people are going and going, okay. So rather than asking who does security, you're using inquiry perception to gather that information yourself by, like what I just told you, with them doing their rounds.
The other thing, the other talent I was thinking of was keen intuition, but I don't actually have that one. So that's the perception version of it, but you get a -10. Okay, so -10 inquiry, and if this fails, I get a reroll.
Yes.
Thank God for the reroll. Son of a bitch.
It was one off. I will give it to you because it's more of a low level thing that you're doing at the moment. So you don't see anyone doing anything dodgy, really. Like, you see a couple of dodgy trades going on where it looks as if maybe like a mini drug deal is going down, where you see, like, a couple of people walk up to a man and, hey buddy, they all friendly, and then you see a weird handshake and then they go their separate ways. You're like, well, they might have been, an obscure dealer or a drug dealer, basically. But as you're looking around and you're trying to look for those clues that tell you that something bigger's going on, there really isn't anything. You're really kind of taken aback a bit as you're walking around by, it just seems so quiet. But you do notice that you do get a lot of looks. A lot of people are looking at you. Being in full Arbites carapace, an awful lot of people are looking at you. And in fact, the guys who were doing their little drug deal, when they noticed you, well, did they notice you actually? I'll give them a bonus. Yeah, they did notice you. So they seem to do their deal and kind of scarper off quicker than you think they might have done. But you're not an Arbites. You're just looking around.
Oh, I know. But I know I stand out, but that's actually kind of part of what I'm thinking of at the moment. But okay, so all right. I'm going to just get on the team comms or just specifically for the squad and check in, make sure everyone's all right. let them know I'm still walking around here, and everything just seems very peaceful. Sorry, not peaceful. Peaceful's not. Everything just seems, well, cliche as it is, quiet.
Can I ask in the bar, do an inquiry just about if anything strange happened, how things are going, basically? Or do I not have the time to do that?
Technically, you've used up your time, but I will give you a roll just to see if there's anything you can eke out. So it'd be Inquiry Fellowship. -10. No.
I will use a fate point. I will
Sure,
use a fate
you can.
point. So why not? Nope.
No, the
Never
barman
mind.
tells you. The barman tells you, you know, it's low season. They're doing maintenance on some equipment here and there that's not being used at the moment. But and as you know, everyone in the bar is literally taking tiny sips from their drinks just to make their drink last as long as possible. There don't seem to be any big spenders or anything odd going on.
As soon as I leave the bar,
Oh, you're still
will make
there,
a
I'm
big-
afraid. You're still there, I'm afraid. Mordecai,
Okay.
did you want to do anything with your time? Or were you just helping Costella?
I'm going to try and help Costella.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
Asking what she's researching and, you know, doing some research in the areas that she wants, that sort of thing. Because what I'm good at. Research, read things.
What law would you like to roll with?
Ah, balls.
You can roll inquiry. Wait, no,
Yep.
sorry. You can roll scrutiny for going through the data reels with her. But at the moment, that's mainly what she's doing, is going through the data reels. At the moment, she's looking up orbital commerce. Like, she's going through all the ships that have turned up and delivered stuff and done stuff.
Yep. If we're looking at that sort of stuff, could I use Astrotelepathica? Because ships usually use telepathic communications.
Ooh.
So, you will essentially, to access, oh no, you're using your law regarded around the ships. So you can,
So it could be
but
more
there will
like what
be a
she
minus
should
10.
be looking for. Okay, that's fine. Yes, it's more like, you know, maybe you should look at this because that's what, you know, they normally do, or what have you. It's gonna roll like shit. Of course it is, because it's me.
You would have
You know what, I'm
failed
gonna-
anyway, even without
I'm gonna
the minus
fate
10.
reroll that.
Sure, you can do that.
If it actually wants to roll anytime. There we go. At minus
Okay.
10 is just my base intelligence, so I didn't want to do the faffing about typing.
So when you're looking through the records and you can see what Castella's looking at, so that's the same kind of thing that you're looking for, and you're like saying to her, well, maybe if we look over communications reports, we can see what ships were talking to the planet about deliveries and so on. You start looking through the rolls, and you pick up a couple of weeks ago now. So you spent like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they had to travel there. So it's probably about 2 months now. And you can point this out to Costella that, are these the 3 ships that we've seen. You know, the two trade ships and the rogue trader. She tells you it's not the rogue trader ship. It's a different rogue trader ship. But those are the two guild ships that we've been following.
Okay.
But it seems as if only one of the ships actually dropped stuff off. And it seems as if they were building materials and cognite units and some technology. They were delivered to a county. Well, they were delivered to the starport and then taken to a county for works to be carried out. You don't know what works they are. It's not listed under the Starship Manifest. However, that is as far as you get when, and you'll have to bear with me if it's too loud or too quiet, but an announcement comes over. This is a station-wide report. The crackle's intensity has increased. All flyers have been grounded from this time on.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Citizens, be warned.
Oh.
The crackle's intensity has increased. Static shocks and technologies failing will be occurring. Should any malfunctions take place, please report these malfunctions to the Mechanicus Enclave. And the announcement repeats. So, 3 hours have gone by as you have been researching and working away.
As that announcement has gone up, can I again get in squad box and alright. Anyone have any malfunctions?
There is crackling coming over your box now.
Boy.
You just hear, it's almost, if you listen to it, it's almost like a crackly laughter that comes over the vox.
Can we still hear each other, or just the static now?
You can still hear each other, but as soon as you hit the transmit on your mic, you just hear this.
I'm just gonna Foxy. Perhaps we should go back to the ship and talk.
I want to look around for a little bit longer. We can regroup with the ship, but I'll be keeping in contact every couple of minutes. If I don't keep in contact, something's happened.
I mean, I'm just saying. Are you alone? Because of course. This bloody static is laughing at me, and it's quite fucky.
Regroup with the rest of the team if you want. I will be back. I'm going to take another hour-long loop. See what happens.
You know what the problem about that is? If you don't tell us where you are, we can't know where to look if something does go wrong.
Good point. Can I look for landmarks?
Sure. Well, where do you want?
Signs and stuff like that.
Where do you want to be? Because you've been walking around. There'd be guard posts. There'd be.
Yeah, I'll be moving closer towards the lower end districts, like the poorer sections. So there's like landmarks leading to them.
Okay, so administration welfare, administratum welfare buildings, like their offices would be around the poorer sections.
I'm gonna voice cast it again and say, Darius, see exactly where you are. I'm coming to you. Because if you remember, for your own teachings, buddy system.
Yeah, I was just talking about that, but Yeah, I'll hang out near the. I'll rhyme off the title of the nearest administratum building, and stand beside it. Again, this is squad wide, so if anyone else wishes to come on ahead. If not, we will regroup at the ship in about an hour. A little over an hour, maybe.
I'll acknowledge that and say I'm going to stay here with Castella.
Alright. Okay, if that's the case then, Mordecai, you make sure and do check-ins every 5-10 minutes.
Yep, will do, and if anything goes wrong, I'll head back to the ship.
Yeah, in front of the Inquisitor.
One question: does the cast for the cast channel is only for our squad, right? Not the other squad.
No, your
I believe the squad
squad.
channel is just ours.
Your squad channel is your squad channel. They are.
Okay.
You have access. Well, Darius has access to the other squads. You all have access to the Inquisitors channel. Like you can all talk to him.
Okay, so still in the squad channel. I'm just gonna say, Mordecai, what would Emmy say? You're spending too much time with Castella.
I'll get you for that, Liliana.
Love you, boo. And I'll cut off.
The Inquisitor comes on the Vox. Well, on the microbead.
That's a nasty cleanup.
It would appear that we are going to be staying on this lovely little world for some time now, until we can get orbit side again. I've arranged with the planetary governor for us to take up residence in one of the mansions that's not being used. These are the coordinates for the mansion. If you should find yourselves without anything to do, then by all means come back. Bloodstone out. Inquisitor sounds a little bit more chilled. He might have taken a few more pills.
Oh, right.
Choice.
Okay. I'll just give an update of confirm, got the coordinates, and we're going for basically doing a patrol at the moment. Reported soon.
Oh, by the way, y'all, whoever takes those psi emitters, don't go drinking on them. It neutralizes the effect.
Lovely. I wish I knew that earlier. Sir, can I get more?
Well,
Should
drinking
her.
on the job is kind of prohibited, so you may have to suffer with the consequences. That'll come to the mansion.
But sir,
Aris begins wondering why he's the go-between between Aurelia, or not Aurelia, Liliana and the Inquisitor.
Mordecai is just like laughing to himself as he hears all of this.
well, I
Remind me to get
remember.
Liliana a copy of the primer.
Oh well, I guess I'll suffer through.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he did tell you can come back to the mansion. He's not going to be going out to give you some.
Fair. But I still need to be with Darius first. I'll go to the mansion later.
Fair enough.
Actually, No, not yet. Never mind. It's okay.
So, is there anything anyone would like to do? Any rolls you'd like to make?
I mean, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time when they show up. Although I don't think I get another chance at clues from the crowd. But...
No, you won't get to use clues
Not
from the
once
crowd
today.
again, but you will be able to roll again. So sure,
Okay.
you all meet up at the administratum's whatever it's called for housing and support.
The dole office.
Basically, 40k dole office, kind of.
Oh, great. Okay, so, actually, can I just do an awareness test to take a look around the area just before they arrive? Just get my bearings and everything?
Sure.
So, flat or -10?
No, you can do this one at flat, I think. If you're just trying to get your bearings and see what's going on around here.
Yeah, no.
Nothing much. I mean, I'll give you this much at least just for your surroundings. The idea. This part of this world is nowhere near as poor as Agrafria.
Okay.
So you all arrive.
Well, this isn't lower high, so it kind of makes sense.
True. Okay, so the equivalent areas on Agrafria. This place seems to have a better standard of living.
Okay.
Hardy. I should also explain. So you're kind of in a domed city. You're not exactly open to the atmosphere here.
Jesus Christ, Winters.
It wasn't a natural 100, so I'm not going to fuck with you.
You need new eyes. Seriously,
Oh, boy.
badly.
Ooh. Where have I seen that before? Is that Doom?
Somewhere online? It might be.
No, that is 100% Doom.
I think that's Doom 2 K16.
Yeah,
think it
no,
is.
it's not too. I thought it was.
No, I think that might be Eternal.
Yeah.
It literally says generic mining. They didn't say anything about
maybe
Doom
not, then.
online. It was just a generic sci-fi.
It looks like Doom. I don't remember this spot in Doom Eternal. It might be Doom Eternal.
I think it's the Doom before. Doom 3.
Oh, Doom 3 maybe.
3?
No, I
Yeah.
don't think it was lava in Doom 3. It was all kind of cramped and...
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh well.
Alright, so as these Jugglefucks finally arrive, wait for them to get in the position and just point them around, like, yeah, that's where I came from, basically where you guys came from, and this is where I'm going, so let's go take a proper look around.
Where did it come from? Where did I go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Keep the channel clear, only for check-ins.
Was my check-in?
I'm just gonna shake my head at this approvingly. Well then, shall we?
Yep, let's go. So, same as last time, inquiry -10.
What are you inquiring for, though? Still just looking for dodgy shit?
I'm looking for actions out of the... I'm mainly looking at the people to see if any of them are doing anything I would see as out of the ordinary. So normal reactions would be, okay, they're shocked to see or bite. Or anything like that, along those lines. If,
Okay, sure.
sketchy drug dealers, you know, finish the deal quickly, run on ahead, yada yada yada, that kind of stuff. Someone that stands out as in almost as if they don't care. Especially in the lower portions, or in the poorer areas.
sure. So give me an awareness check, or yeah, you can go with awareness or well, no, you're just looking around. So yeah, go with awareness. Flat. Actually, no. If you're taking your time, you can actually take a +10 on this.
Ooh. Yes. I'm gonna do that. Oh, I don't know why I'm. Okay, that cleared twice. Thank God I did clear twice. Holy shit. Okay. I'm doing awareness +10. Hey!
Okay.
Oh.
So there's a lot of people who are not turning away from you as such. Like, you can probably see a couple of mothers and children and so on, and like children are pointing at you like, wow, look, is that an Astartes? And they're like, no dear, that's an Arbites, you know, let's just move on. Perhaps a few people are giving you like a not a military Aquila, but more of the ecclesiarchal Aquila. You know, the Aquila over the chest as they, you know, a little nod of the head as they walk past. There are some people who are clearly, they were doing something. You know, they've come walking round the corner as if they've got a purpose. And then they've looked up and seen you, and all of a sudden they've turned back round and like, oh, no, actually, I was meant to go this way. Kind of a deal. But yet nothing like you saw on Agrafria. As far as you can tell, this area, like, in general, just seems to be a lot less crime-ridden. You're not really sure why, especially when it's low season. You would have thought, and seen how everyone seems to be really carefully, they're doing really good money management in a way with their thrones. Like, you can see people are taking their time eating, a little bit longer drinking, a little bit longer chatting, and they just seem to be more laid back and taking things easy for the vast majority. And down here, you're kind of looking at a lot of labourers, a lot of people who are quite big, quite hench, but you can see that they've had really hard lives. Like, their skin has started to get weather beaten, dry and flaky. You can see where they've got still, even though it's low season now, they've still got like grooves from the respirators that they've had to wear, like where it's dug into their skin and it hasn't healed. Things of that nature. You don't see anything suspicious other than the things that I've described.
Okay. Hey. I'm gonna turn to the rest of them and ask, any of you spot anything out of the ordinary, or anything of note?
I'm gonna roll awareness again. Can I actually?
If this is the first time meeting up with Darius and looking around, then you can.
I did a +10 on mine if you want to get that.
Yes, if you take 10, basically you can get a +10.
Oh.
Again, pretty much what Darius saw. Except from you don't really notice the guy who turns around and is like, no, Arbites go the other way.
Winters isn't blind. Holy shit.
Winters. The only thing you really notice is that by the by the Administratum Dole office, there is a sign on the wall that points to any. Basically, it's written in Low Gothic. The dialects. Dialect could be the same as Agrafria, actually. So you can read it. There's no problem with that. It basically tells citizens that if there are any malfunctions, if there's anything that needs the Mechanicus to look at, to it gives you directions to a Mechanicus Enclave outpost, which is fairly close to here.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my chin and look at Winters. Say, Winters, this static thingy, is this something common that can actually happen naturally in places such as these, or is that something weird?
Well, Vox interference isn't exactly uncommon, especially if there's electronics around of this level. You don't want to know what happens if you run into an accumulator bank with your Vox active.
Low Gothic or High Gothic only, please. But
Big ass batteries, electronics, and lightnings everywhere. You don't want to go in there with your Vox on. It's gonna fry your ears out.
I mean, that's implied, but what I mean is, everything seems weird even before that, doesn't it?
Yes, obviously. Though I do want to have a quick chat with local admin.
That sounds like a plan. You know about where they are, or?
According to that sign, around that direction.
Okay. I'm... Turn to Ezio. Ezio, you're the scout. What have you seen?
What do your elf eyes see?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to pull an Aragon. Ezio, what do your scout eyes see?
I approve. We don't need elves here.
Fucking elf.
Eldar, get out. Read.
Which is
Oh my god! Ezio failed the awareness test?
Holy shit!
As Ezio's looking around, he puts his hand on a metal railing and fuck! What the fuck? Gets electrocuted.
Is that one a plus 10 too?
No, it's flat.
No, it should be
Okay.
a plus 10.
Would be a
That's
plus
me.
10, but you'd still fail.
Yeah, still fail.
I can
Still,
tell
that's
you
not that
basically see the same as what Liliana saw. Some people are impressed with Darius in his carapace. Some people are less impressed.
Ezio's next roll was a 77.
No, go to man sacrifice.
Alright. Okay then, so shall we go see or shall we go escort Winters to the local admech then?
Sure.
Huzzah! Okay.
Very well then.
So you follow the directions given, and it takes you about 15-20 minutes of walking around, and the directions were not written by a Mechanicus. The paces were not labelled out, so it's a little bit difficult. You're like, is it 7,000 paces or is it 8,000? But after some looking at buildings, you come across basically it's a tiny little alcove with a man stood inside. He has a red robe. It's the majority of it is red. He does not have the gears round the outside of his cuffs or his cowl. Instead, he has a black stripe that runs from basically his collar all the way down the middle of his robe. He seems very unaugmented.
I'm gonna do the sign of the cog while we're approaching and see if he does it as well.
He acknowledges your cog with a bastardized version. You would know. You would know, Winters. You're a tech priest. He's not a tech priest. This is not an official Adeptus Mechanicus enclave. You're guessing by the uniform that this is a subcult. That these are essentially Imperial citizens who have been inducted into the Adeptus Mechanicus but were not smart enough to become tech priests. So they got taught how to do basic maintenance and got chucked out into the arse end of nowhere. That's kind of what these guys are. But he does present, half the cog and then another half weird symbol. It's approved. You would know that these are... You don't know which minor ordo of the Adeptus Mechanicus they are, because there are just so many of them. But it is an approved symbol, at the very least.
So he is official anime.
Yes, they are officially part of the Adeptus Mechanicus, but they are the bottom of the bottom in hierarchy. That's the one.
Okay, before we actually finish our approach, what exactly do we want to ask him?
Yes.
I don't know. You're the one that wanted to go and see the Enclave.
I mean, you're the tech priest.
Wonderful.
I mean, you could ask about the local goings-on, what recently has been brought in for repairs, and stuff like that. This is the low season. I don't think there's been much else.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna...
Do we know
Give
what
through
the
the generic-
Inquisitor was? Do we know what the Inquisitor was called for here?
You could ask to inspect this facility too.
The Inquisitor was called
You
here
outrank
because
him.
of cult activity, but then found out that there is no cult activity.
I'm going to... When we approach him, I'm going to ask him in binary. Just go through the standard procedure for asking for a quick inspection of what he's doing here. Just state who he is, what he's doing here, and basically if there's anything to report out of the ordinary.
So as you come over and you start speaking binary, he takes a device from the wall and puts it near his ear. And he takes a device from his counter and puts it near his mouth. A small speaker then emerges from the outside of his office. It is being translated through the horn and going into his ear, and he's then it is being translated through his speech. He cannot speak. He cannot speak Tequilingua naturally.
What?
He's got a cognite unit to translate for him.
I don't know. But Jesus Christ. I'm looking at the rest of the group. Is this a thing? Is this standard? Have you seen this shit before?
I'm just gonna shrug. I didn't know that they could exist.
I know he's not even a full tech priest. I wonder if he's still offensive to almost to the Waldo Mordecai.
I'm just gonna.
Adeptus Mechanicus.
Could we perhaps just talk them in Logosic?
I mean, I started with Technolingua.
So he has it translated to him, and then he speaks in so he doesn't actually speak into the speaker in Low Gothic. He actually speaks in a cant. You've never heard the cant before, but when it's translated into binary through the speaker, it makes perfect sense. You would guess, Winters, and I'll give it to you, you don't need to roll, that to prevent them from telling Mechanicus secrets into the microphone, they've created their own language. So they're not going, yes, you take the plasma coil and you put it into telling all the secrets to everyone around.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So he basically says, greetings, Tech Priest. It's been some time since I've seen one of your rank here. How may I assist you?
I wish to know your specific task here and if there's anything happening out of the ordinary.
My specific task is to gather up the maintenance duties given to us by the citizens of the starport. Many of these are false positives. And goings on.
False positives?
Those not of the teachings of the Adeptus Mechanicus will think that the machine spirit fails when it is merely upset. As for goings on, very little is happening at this moment. We are going about our repairs as stated by the Adeptus Mechanicus. We'll go with Primer. Can you give me, to start with, a charm test? You're not going to get any bonuses for this, but you can use your intelligence.
Oh my god!
I was not informed that we would be inspected by any Adeptus Mechanicus members. Is this a surprise inspection?
Of sorts. It is an inspection of the records.
Of the records? How unusual. Very well. Then please, could you inform me, why were we not given the maintenance and construction duties? We were most upset that others were brought in off-world to perform these tasks.
I am unaware of any such reassignments.
It's unfortunate that none of us other than speak English.
That cannot be right. We received clearance from the Adeptus Mechanicus, saying that they had issued a builder team to perform works in Bruce County. We were most upset and have launched complaints with the Adeptus Mechanicus of Mars, as this would go against our orders. We are the ones to take care of maintenance and construction on this world. We were given this task, and we have felt betrayed. And we have been unable to acquire information from the starbase. They too refuse to answer us.
That is highly unorthodox.
They call them engine seers.
Yes, that is what we believed as well. It goes against protocol.
Thank you for your insights. I shall not continue holding you from your tasks. I will investigate the matter.
That would be most gracious of you. If you do find any information about this issue, please do send it to us. We would be delighted to have answers to our questions, and perhaps it would ease some of the pain that my brothers and sisters feel.
I shall just do the sign of the cog again. Do the ritualistic, greeting. Well, no, not greeting. I'm basically just gonna say goodbye to him in the highly formalized manner.
Sure. He does a similar farewell to you.
Farewell, Sophie saying goodbye.
And then
Did you
his
learn
little
after-
devices turn away. He puts his ear horn to one side.
What did you learn after people were brought from off-world for repairs?
So, we're gonna start walking away, right? We're just not gonna stand in front of the guy and talk about it, right?
Oh yeah, no, we can walk. If you said goodbye, then no, yeah, we can walk off.
Okay, just making sure. How many of you speak High Gothic?
Of your current party, one. Because I'm
I
not
do.
with you guys.
No, I speak High Gothic.
Yeah, so only one of you lot speak High Gothic.
Okay, because
I thought you spoke. I thought you were with her.
I'm with Costello.
I have several questions, which should be discussed in a more private environment.
Shall we go find one then?
Yes, that would be amazing, because while I don't think there are any cult activities here, I do think there's something going on.
Like what? What happened?
Well, let's find somewhere
In a more
for-
private environment.
Okay, so I'll look around for somewhere that's a little bit more secluded, even if there are people there.
You have a number of options. One, your gun cutter. It will take you some time to get there. The mansion. It will take you some time to get there. You can go into some of the higher end bars. You can go to some of the higher end bars and get a booth, which is kind of, private. Or the other option, Jim, well, Liliana knows that there is a high end bar. They would have privacy fields.
We could go to the bar. Although I'm not allowed to drink, but since I already drank, I think I should drink now and then take the pills.
It's not how the morning after pill works, but okay.
Oh, I
the wrong
know.
person to say it to.
Oh, I know.
You don't need that pill with your scissor. It's fine. So where would you like to go? A high-end bar, the gun cutter, or the mansion?
I think the high-end bar because it'll be closest. In case we do need to investigate something else.
Sure. So essentially you're going to have to take a couple of elevators to get back up to where Liliana was. And from there you can, it's going to take you about half an hour to find the bar. You are going to have to pay 50 thrones. But I mean,
Each or?
you have an option. No, just 50 thrones to rent to rent a room with a privacy field. Is going to cost you 50 thrones. You can swing your dicks around if you really want, and show your Inquisitorial ID. This might affect your subtlety, however.
No, I don't think we should do that. Also,
can the sheer fact that an Arbite is asking for it, or a guy that looks like an Arbite is asking for it, have a little bit of a sway there?
They'd probably ask for your Arbite ID. You can bullshit your way through. If you want to deceive them, you're free to try it. But yeah, the only reason I'd say that is because they would take his ID and then they would bill it to the Arbite's discounted
so
price.
So if we want to go through official channels would be okay, fair enough. So
Whereas showing your Inquisitorial ID is more of scaring the living shit out of them. So they're like, okay, just go in.
Okay. Yeah,
But
no,
anytime you reveal your Inquisitorial ID, you lose subtlety.
And I do reduce our subtlety loss by 1, or by 2 to a minimum of 1.
don't think we should do that. I mean, it's 50 thrones, so let's just pay the bloody man.
Yeah, we can split amongst ourselves. How many of us are here?
4.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so. I'll do 13 if for the rest you want to do 12? Is that how it... No.
No, dude. 50 divided by 4. That's 12 and a half.
Yeah, 12 and a half. So 2 of us will be paying 13, the other 2 will be paying 15. Or 15, 12. Because you can't split a throne.
I mean,
You
you
know
can,
what?
it just becomes worthless.
You know what? Keep your money. Keep your money. I'm paying. I just
Always?
made. Yeah, I just checked 50 thrown with the two.
Wow, splashing your
It's very
cash.
rude. He
I'm
takes
not
he takes your
splashing
money a bit indignantly after you chuck it at him. He's like, oh, okay, well, madam, I can see someone's on the block
It
today.
didn't be like that.
There we go. Very well, this way. He shows you to a very, very nice suite. It's not as nice as the Emperor's Profiteer, but it is a very nice, lush seat. You know, you all have... I know I hate the name of this chair, but I believe it is called a boy's chair. You know, one of the high wingback chairs that you get at a man's club. I'm pretty sure they are called a boy's chair for some weird reason. I might be getting the name wrong. I think it is. You know, there's a nice big table for you to do business around. The server, we'll call him. He tells you that this is where you hit the button and that will activate the privacy field. Hit the button again, deactivates it. When it's activated, if you want to get drinks, you hit this button and you'll see a light flash on the door when the server is outside. For anyone who would like to buy a drink, just in case, they're 15 thrones a pop. They're very expensive. If you want one, you can. Otherwise, go ahead.
I want to drink, but I'm not gonna do it.
Do it. Such your feelings, you know it to be true.
I'm not
Also,
gonna do it.
Just to inform you, when you're in a privacy field, your microbeads do not work. Just to clarify that now.
I mean, I thought it was quite clear that wasn't actually me. Okay. Yeah.
But just to be on the safe side, yeah, I will be calming Mordecai and saying we're entering the privacy field. We'll contact as soon as possible when we're back. If we don't contact you in about, 20-30 minutes, something's happened.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Actually, don't do most things I would do either.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm just gonna. No, I'm gonna keep this to myself. I don't want to speak this out loud.
Wow.
It's more because there are people around that could hear me joking through the microbead before we actually go into the privacy room.
Fuck's sake.
I love reviewing. It's privacy time. It's private time, sorry. Okay, so I'm informing Mordecai about the situation, then hanging up and waiting for the server to leave, and waiting for the server to leave, updating Mordecai, and then hitting on the privacy field. Alright.
So,
Hang on. Before you do so,
Can I?
have you got any way to actually check, make sure there actually is something on?
not really.
Winters,
yeah.
if you want to roll tech use to make sure it's on, you can check. What do you wanna do, Albie?
I want to check if I don't see any devices anywhere.
Slanesh says no.
Yes, Lanesh says no. You can't see any. You look in the obvious places. Winters, do you have an auger array or a scanning device?
No.
Okay, so you're basically going around the areas that you think the privacy device is connected up to. So you turn the device on, you check, you can connect to the device, and the machine spirit is working. It is activated. You kind of look around, and the room has got lots of shit in it. It's not just an empty. There are paintings. There's this, that, and the other. All this nonsense. And you kind of move some of the paintings. You're like, okay, so there's where one of the sensors is. That's where another one is. Yep, okay. The spark of life is running through the machinery. They are all active and cooperating with one another. You believe that the device is working.
As far as I can tell, we're in private times.
Okay.
So, the Adonai informed me that he's basically just responsible for the lower end of duties, basically what engineers do. However, there have been some non-protocol following actions happening recently. Specifically, there was a construction order passed for, I forgot the place.
Bruce
Something.
Garden or something.
Yeah. Bruce County.
They
Also, you're
were
not here, Monica.
I know.
supposed to do that, but it got assigned to off-world people, which shouldn't have happened, especially because ever since they tried to figure out why, they have not been getting any information from their local tech priests. Like, at all. Which shouldn't be a thing.
Did you ask that man if they did anything where
They have
we were
followed.
before he came here? No. Did they only do the construction work on Bruce County, or did they do something else?
Maintenance, construction, the menial tasks of technology.
Hmm.
Oh. And this is out of the ordinary for mechanical personnel?
Extremely out of the ordinary.
Okay.
It does happen that orders get reassigned, but usually there's information passed around to either why, or that there is at least some information regarding it. For example, that the higher-ups just can't tell them or something. Not nothing.
Hmm.
Especially for off-worlders.
Yeah.
Local production capabilities. They have local construction capabilities. Yet they don't use it.
Didn't Costello tell us there wasn't actually that much in the way of off-world activity? On records, at least?
As far as I remember, yes.
Right.
So we might want to have a peek at official records regarding who is responsible for actually what they're constructing, who's responsible for the construction, and who ordered that reassignment.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Alright, we're gonna report. I say we report this to the Inquisitor in person, and then go off and get, well, his go-ahead to go to the head building.
Sounds
How's
good.
that sound? Would that be alright with you, Winters?
Perfectly alright.
Okay. Okay then. Yes, that's it then. Unless there's anything else of note.
Light a low stick, take a drag, stretch my, massage my temple a little bit. See. So, shouldn't I have done directly to the mansion if there's nothing else instead of coming here?
Possibly, but you paid, so screw it.
I did. That's why I'm saying this. God damn it.
I mean, if you go find an accumulator bank, you might be able to shock it out of your system.
No, I think I'm good.
But you said you have a headache.
Yeah, I'll take a pill for it.
Alright. I don't know, something about this area just seems
Lucky.
off. Yeah.
I agree. Shit is super fucking in this place.
I might.
But here's the biggest issue that I have of this place. Everything seems so peaceful. It's weird.
Even back home, it didn't seem as. Well, maybe it did at times, but it seems almost too peaceful for.
Well, at least we know for sure that there is something funky with the off-world builders.
Possibly something fucky. Something that might just be something end up being benign, but it might be good just to look at. I guess we'll keep up our hopes this is something benign at least. If not, I don't want another repeat of last time where I had to spend almost a week in Medicaid. At least I woke up better this time than I did last time.
Oh, you're fine.
No, last time I woke up with a bolt pistol in my face, so yeah.
Wait,
You're fine.
With a bolt pistol in your face.
why did you wake up with a bolt pistol in my face?
In the middle of a war zone. So anyway. Yes, I'm referencing my last time in a Medicaid tent, not last time getting Medicaid treatment.
I get that. It's just that. Oh.
Alright. Part of me wants to go. What?
Nothing. I was just gonna make a joke.
Part of me wants to go take another look around. Just, something. I feel like there's a front run into something, but I could just be just fucking with us.
And also the party split right now.
You know what? I think before we do anything, we should take care of what we know is weird, and that would be Bruce County. Let's check that, and we'll check if something else is funky around this place later.
Okay.
And let's pull one thread at a time.
I want to check something again. When we get out of here, hang on a second.
Hang on.
Out of character. Hang on a second, because I just looked at my carry weight and I was like severely underweight. I was like, hell. Apparently, I haven't actually been wearing the carapace armor. There we go. Now it's fixed.
How dare you?
I was like, wait, I can't be at 23 kilograms. No, there we go.
So essentially, I kind of do the same as what you do, Geddy. Your armor doesn't count towards your carry weight, because otherwise you can be heavily armored, but you cannot be heavily armed, or you can be heavily armed and not heavily armored. you have to go one or the other, as well as second edition actually gives you negatives to your agility for certain armors. We don't do that in this. Not in this game.
If they're over 6 AP in a location, you get minus 20 to stealth or something?
No, much worse. So Carapace has an agility max of 45. So if your agility is over 45, it is cut to 45. And all armors have that. It does, the way I've built this campaign, does fuck over the feudal start. Because as a feudal player, you ignore the carry weight of armor. It just makes it a lot better, because then you can actually have heavy armor and carry a heavy gun.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, as I do want to test something, and again, we're still keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary on your way back to the on your way to the mansion, I should say. But you guys leave first, and get a 5-minute head start, and then I'll leave behind you. I just want to see what the reaction is to a lone Arbite, because a lot of the security forces around here seem to be walking in pairs of 2 to 3. Just if some dickhead does seem to try and make something of themselves.
Wouldn't it be better than for you to leave first and we follow behind?
Possibly, yeah.
Because that way, if something happens to you, we'll be behind you, and we can reach you. If you're behind us, you know.
Good point. Alright, yeah, let's do that then. I'll go first and then wait 5 minutes and then follow.
Fair enough.
So, I believe that is it. We'll meet back up at the manor.
Indeed.
So, wait 5 minutes and follow one after me, and I'll step up, or stand up, get myself nice and back in order, and step out.
Okay. Give me another awareness check. If you're taking your time, you can have a +10. If not, it's flat.
Sure, I'll take it.
If you're just looking at how people react to you as you're leaving on your own.
Yeah, I'll take my time anyway. It'll be fine. Fuck.
I'm gonna do awareness check, but I'm not gonna, since we're falling behind, but I'm not gonna take my time because I'm more concerned about being close to Darius if something happens. Anything else? Oh!
Okay. So you don't actually see much going on. There's a couple of people. Wow, bloody hell. There's a couple of people who, as they see Darius, you three notice that, you know, again, much with the kids thinking that he's an Astartes, and they're like, no, he's an Arbites. He's not an avenging angel. He's a law enforcement. He's a judge. You know, some people are kind of wary about a judge walking around. Others are, you know, they're watching him. They're genuinely like waiting for him to leave. So since you've been on World, just to clear this up, since you've been on World, you had 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours where you did your own thing. Then you've gone off and done your own thing again. That's about probably about 3 hours of you going down to the ad, waiting to meet up with everyone. Darius going to the ad mech, going to the pub, and then now going off to the Inquisitors. Now back to the mansion. Well, to the mansion. So it's been around 7 hours, kind of, since you've been on World, give or take half an hour here or there. And as you're walking off, Darius, no one really, you don't notice anything. The rest of the group notice that people are acting a little dodgy, you know, just like, or interesting in the fact that they're like, wow, look at an Arbites, I've never seen one for real before. However, as you're all making your way, slowly kind of shadowing Darius, kind of, so the only one who would really notice is actually Ezio. Ezio, you see that some of the PDF enforcement officers, we shall call them, some of them seem to be listening to very bulky microbeads, like they literally have to take a walkie-talkie out and put it to their head. And then you see a couple of them like point to others, and they're like gesturing, and they start leaving the area, which is a little odd.
God damn it, and we split the party.
Hey, you want to go off to the library, chick?
Look, you wanted to cheat on Amy, it's your own fault.
Look, me and Amy, we haven't defined anything.
I gave her my flamer. She gave it back. It's fine.
She took the las pistol. You know, she was like, "Oh, cool, a las pistol. Thank you very much. I know how to use that." You gave her a flamer, and she was like a Vox technician. She's like, "What the fuck am I going to do with this?" Like, I don't know how to use this. Have it back.
You didn't take it back though. You left it with her and she's holding on to it until you come back.
Yep.
He did. 77 years from now, he'll turn up and she'll be dead.
So will he, because he'll be a demon by then.
So hang on a minute. We were only gone for like a year, but you're a year in the warp. Shit happens. So yeah, Ezio, you notice that something seems to be going on with the PDF enforcers. They're leaving the area. They're not running. They're not like rushing out of the area. But you can see the ones who've got walkie-talkies, boxes, seem to be telling the others, right, go tell him, you go tell him. And they all seem to be leaving the area.
Maybe call on your friends.
I don't suppose we can intercept what they're saying on their radios?
Not really. You would need a comm leech to do that and to install it into the comms relay system. There are ways of doing it, but you can't do it on the fly.
Okay, and I didn't hear them what they were shouting.
No, they're not shouting. They're just talking to each other. But you can see that one of them, who clearly is in charge because he's got a walkie-talkie, is telling his menials to go grab that group, go grab that group. And they're all making their way out of this area.
I tell this to the group. And can I contact our Inquisitor?
Yeah, you have his Vox.
Can I drop a message? Is something special going on with the guards right now? Or I tell him to...
One moment, I'll look into it.
I also notify Mordecai of it.
Where are you?
I guess I know the street with
Commercial
that
district.
awareness.
Yeah, commercial district.
On my way. I don't like the feeling of this.
So just so we're aware, Vox and your microbeads are basically walkie-talkies. You have a squad channel. You can create individual channels if you so wish to do so. Now that you have a tech priest, that's really easy to do. But you can't just call up each other individually at the moment. It's basically going to the squad bead, and then you go, Ezio, can I speak to Ezio? So technically all of you hear this conversation. It's not just Ezio's picking it up and going, Mordecai, you need to come to this area.
It's not like a mobile phone.
No, these are not mobile phones. They're walkie-talkies, if anything. And where like the frequencies are already being used, like you got to think normally on walkie-talkies there are, like on high grade walkie-talkies, you can put in a frequency, you put in a channel basically. Well, the Imperium only uses walkie-talkies, so all the channels are taken. There are certain channels that essentially are military, civilian, Inquisitorial. You guys are on an Inquisitorial channel, so it's a lot more difficult to comm leech into your channels. But yet, you can't do private conversations with people because you haven't set up that system yet. So, essentially, Ezio, you're going squad, Mordecai, something funny's going on. You got to meet us at commercial. But the rest of you have all heard that.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to. There is helmet-mounted Vox on my helmet, thankfully. I do believe we mounted it to the squad network, so I am gonna. What have you spotted?
It makes sense of that because he's the only one that actually saw anything.
Yeah. Mordecai's just internally thinking, I'm coming, buddy!
I tell the group that Mordecai is coming and that the Inquisitor is looking into it.
Into what?
Into what?
I mean, I thought I told you lot at the guard.
Okay.
Yeah, you said something fucky's going on.
With the guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll inform the group that I'm going to start walking a little bit slower and then to buy Mordecai some time and to see if he can spot anything a bit better.
So now that you're made aware of it, you can all like look kind of behind you, and you'll see that 2 PDF officers with walkie-talkies are gathering up the units in this area and are currently, like, as you turn around Winters, they're walking past you. Darius, if you look over your shoulder, you can see that, yeah, it appears as if all the PDF are leaving.
Okay, what quality are combies? Are they like Inquisitorial issue, or are they just generic combi?
The Inquisitorial issue ones we got are
Mastercrafted.
Yeah, they're master quality, best quality.
Okay. I would like to flick through the local channels to see if I can catch on to their local guards channels. Because we have Inquisitorial commies. They should have the encryption keys.
Well, you don't have a Voxcaster. You don't have a Voxcaster. No. Like the Voxcaster that does all that.
Yeah. I think it's actually written in. It is written in the actual books. But yeah, the Voxcaster is used to change the frequencies on.
Like you can on your gun cutter. Your gun cutter has a Vox.
Yeah.
So you can sit in your gun cutter and go through it.
As long as you have a large-scale Vox unit, so a Voxcaster or a vehicle-mounted one, yeah, you can change the Vox channels. Or if we had, what the hell was her name?
Saris?
Jenny?
Saris.
Flame.
No, not Flame.
Oh, Mentorus.
Saris.
Yeah, Saris Mentorus.
Oh yeah, Mentorus. If we have Mentorus, because she was the Vox network on Aquafria.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not going to be a Vox network ever again, I feel.
Does the combi have a MIU port?
Ooh.
I don't think it does. Let me, because I know. So I know the common ones definitely don't. I know the poor ones definitely don't. I would need to look into it. To be honest with you, I don't actually know if the best quality ones have an MIU.
They're just called comm beads, right? Or box beads. Micro beads.
Yeah, these are microbeads. Because again, these are like the neck things that go, or earbuds. So they're very small pieces of tech. I was looking in the wrong book. That would probably help.
In the core rulebook, it only says that microbait or combait is short-range communication device born in the year. Read out to about
Oh, if you're in
1
second edition, I would yeet that shit off.
No,
Tells you
that's
fuck
the
all.
first. That's the first edition book.
Ah, okay, cool.
No. When I was looking at second edition for the Carapace armor, I'm like, oh wait, no, we're using first edition gear, so. No, doesn't look like it.
Off the top of my head, I don't think they do. I know the Voxcaster does, and you can boost a Voxcaster. I don't think you can with microbeads.
Both the Lexicanum and the Wikia both use the Dark Heresy first edition description for their for their what do you call it? The description.
It's just a better one. I mean, I'm looking through the Macarian's handbook to see if it's was added upon
actually,
there.
the fandom site uses the Dark Heresy first edition and the Oni War one, because the Oni War one is the one that actually describes it fits discreetly into the ear with mastercrafted models.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say at the moment, no, you can't. But you can request access to them. You know, it's you do have an Inquisitor who is currently looking into things. You do also have your Inquisitorial clearance. You could literally go over to them and go, "Here's my Rosarius. What the fuck are you talking about? Here's my fake Rosarius. What are you on about?"
No.
I'm gonna do that.
I'll get.
We'll try
No,
to
no,
do
no,
it
no.
stealthily.
No, don't do that. I'm actually going to calm the Inquisitor and actually ask them. Yep.
I already come to Inquisitor.
No. I'm going to calm the Inquisitor and sir, if you can get access to any of the local frequencies, you might be able to put the other teams on them. See if anything suspicious comes up. Because from what Ezio was saying, or from what Ezio has said, they are using their comms and moving away from us.
I'll get the other teams on that, Darius. So far, the planetary governor has only told me that there has been an incident in some county somewhere.
What county specifically, sir?
He didn't know exactly, but I'll find out. It seems as if the PDF have been told to go into a higher state of security. It won't affect you all, but they are redistributing themselves as we speak.
Right. Okay. We'll let you know if anything different.
Darius, I've just had on my data slate. It appears as if there has been a suspicious murder in a Bruce County.
Do I recognize that? Because I found county, but I don't think you said Bruce.
You only know that work was being carried out in a certain county. It didn't. It didn't write down which one. It didn't name which one.
Is Bruce kind of the one we discovered?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll ask if do you want us to go over and take a look too?
Hang on a minute, Darius. I'm reading the report.
I'm slowing myself down a little bit, just get a couple inches off my stride.
I'm almost there, buddy.
Everyone,
Sorry,
change your direction. We're heading to the gun cutter. By the throne. The gun cutter's out of action at the moment. Meet me at the shuttle. Come to the mansion. I will acquire transportation.
Okay. Yep. over the squad. I believe he has access to the squad channel only, but just yes, double time it to the mansion.
Darius, what's your 6, by the way? I think we might have company soon.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm moving the what do you call it? I'm gonna rotate the weapon harness I have all over around to my chest, so my shotgun is now a little bit closer.
Sure.
He's been followed by enough gene stealer cultists.
So,
Don't. Just don't.
you all, as far as I'm aware, you all meet up, and then you kind of carry on your course to the mansion. Upon getting to the mansion, it is a very weird building. Again, this is houses within domes always kind of look weird. It's a really nice building. There is a large PDF APC outside. The Inquisitor is stood by the PDF's APC. As you all make your way over to him. Everyone, we're heading up to the gun cutter. Grab your equipment, whatever you need, and then we're heading off to this Bruce County. He does some stuff on his data slate, and you all feel a vibration. Your data slates can vibrate? Really? They can now. You all get a file sent over to your data slates.
Oh, great.
I will approach the Inquisitor and ask for some pills. Because I'm technically ready to go.
Yeah.
Am I with them, or am I
Yes.
getting picked up on the
Yes.
way?
No, you met them in the commercial district, and then from the commercial district, you made your way up to the mansion. Winters, you have a master-crafted data slate, which looks like a common data slate. It's very ingenious, very sneaky.
Oh, you got a better one than we do. Ours is
No.
heavier because it's per quality.
No. Ours is best quality too, except
Yeah, I know,
ours
ours is
looks
best
like a
quality,
brick
but-
phone.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yours...
in a per quality.
Yes, yours looks like it's in a poor quality because you were on the Agrafria. Winters looks like a normal one, but she was on a different world, on a different mission, doing different things.
I have better gear than you.
With the
Looks-
same gear,
looks
ours
better.
is just hidden in a
Yeah,
box.
the same- yeah.
Looks,
Fucking engine seers.
looks better, acts the same.
Don't you start.
Look, I've learned my lesson. I'm not calling any of them engine seers anymore.
You
I was
did.
trying. I was being respectful of Eris the first time I met them.
I'm grabbing Mordecai and pushing him into the APC.
I got here in time, buddy.
I'll take my pill and I'm gonna ask the Inquisitor, sir, can I at least smoke after I drink this? Swallow this?
He has a
Daddy
low stick in his
Inquisitor.
mouth as we speak. Yeah, of course he can.
Okay, I'm gonna light a low stick.
He looks really fucking pissed. He looks really pissed. Really fucking angry.
What's happened?
Do we have a driver or do we need one?
I can
You
drive.
have if you want to drive, you can. You do have PDF drivers.
I have two. I actually do have two in operate, so I'll actually take over.
What's your agility?
It's quite
I'm
a
gonna-
distance. We can't fly. We have to go by ground.
Yeah.
It's gonna
I-
take us some time to get to Bruce County.
Shall
Yeah.
we just head there? Should we just head there straight away then instead of going to the gun cutter? Or are you in need of equipment?
I need to pick up some things. You will
has
note the
happened?
Inquisitor is in his normal robes. He's not equipped for combat.
Okay.
On the drive over there, I'm just gonna relay what I found of like they dropped off some cognites and stuff, and it all went to a county for building or construction. I think you actually said.
Yes.
I'm gonna fasten my seatbelt and I'm gonna hold wherever railing I can as soon as I go into the APC, because I don't trust these people driving. I don't trust the guardsman driving. One wanted to blow up the entire ship. The other one I haven't seen him drive ever. So
Only if I see demons.
it's still
Let me drive.
It doesn't help.
goddammit.
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
If it does help, I do actually have Navigate 1. So,
So,
Navigate
just-
Servers 1 if that does.
Just to clear up some things,
Oh,
you can all pass off your information to everyone else and the Inquisitor. You basically drive up to the gun cutter, get some more equipment, and then set off. When you're reading your data slates, there is a report from a Bruce County Commissioner who says that he has this morning uncovered a corpse. This is completely not to do with the Inquisition, realistically. However, the description of the wound has raised concern to the Inquisitor. The autopsy report, states that the cadaver was found with signs of feeding upon the person in question. 2 slice wounds that appeared to be made from a cutting edge had sliced from shoulder to hip on both the right shoulder to the left hip, from the left shoulder to the right hip.
Darius is going to step into the passenger seat and to tell Ezio to take over for a moment while he has a mini panic attack.
Does he think it's gene stealers?
I think it's Gene Stealers.
Fuck, we're fucked if it's gene. They don't normally. I swear they don't normally bleed people dry, suck their blood, do they?
No, feeding.
Oh, feeding.
Yeah,
Oh.
it ate
I
some of the
understood a
person.
different kind of feeding. Sorry.
However,
I
this
I don't
area,
know if my forbidden lore is applicable, but can I just roll it anyway?
Darius, you would know the description of the wounds because it's been done by a pathologist. Is that the right word? No, it's not.
Yeah.
It is. Cool.
Yeah.
A what,
So
sorry?
it's pathologist. Is that the right
Autopsy
word?
person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The description of the wounds are so. Hang on a minute. Wait. Hang on a minute. Where's
Okay,
the name
5
of this episode?
insanity.
No, I don't want Steam. Go away. I want.
Slice and dice.
Clearly identifiable wounds, Darius. To those who know of these types of wounds, clearly identifiable.
Would I know, given that I have forbidden lore?
You've never seen the wound.
You've never
Yeah,
seen
but from the
practical
description is
from
what
the
I mean.
description. No. I like.
Okay, yeah.
If you've seen these wounds, then you don't even need to roll for it to come into your head.
Yeah.
The description
There's so
of a
much
body
shit.
for you wouldn't be enough to. If there was other stuff to go on, then you could have a
Yeah.
chance to roll. But yeah, it's just too. Like Darius and someone else have seen these corpses. They've seen people being killed by these things.
Since I
Do we
haven't,
see Darius freaking out?
I'm in the back seat, so I would say no.
So also,
I'm just gonna-
you would see in the data slate, it's going to take you 7 days to drive there. Which is why
Okay.
you may want to rethink
Oh,
the
boy.
whole, oh no, we'll drive ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case, if you don't want to drive, you know, you can elect to let the PDF do all the driving for 7 days. If not, then state now, and you know.
Yeah,
should
I
prepare
might
something.
actually have to grab some. I'm grabbing some. Since we have time to stop and grab stuff, I'm grabbing some very specific items from my equipment. Say, Tech Priest, you any good at handling explosives? We're going to fucking need them.
It would
Dar-
improve my training, yes.
Darius, what
I'm
is
handing
it?
you 5 kilograms of dead cord.
Darius, what is it? What do you know?
So, does anybody want to explain to me why this is scary to the Inquisitor?
Gene stealers. That's
You
it.
don't know what they are.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't
that,
know what they
Albie.
are, dude.
You don't even have the
No.
law.
No,
But the Inquisitor knows.
no. So
He hasn't
Dino.
said anything
none of them
yet.
have
Bad.
told you. No one's told
Bad.
anyone
I know.
anything.
Bad
Oh, did
So-
you mean?
Do
At the
not
moment-
Or
panic
did you
the
mean-
PDF.
At the moment,
did
the
you
only
mean in
person who
characters?
knows, the only person who knows in your group is Darius. None of you have ever experienced gene stealers or tyrannids before, because you didn't put it in your backstory. But someone certainly did, and it was a joy to read.
Given
The Inquisitor is also no. If Darius is in shock, the Inquisitor is furious. He is angry.
Yeah. I'm telling everyone to be prepared for a fight. If this is what I believe it is, this could be quite dangerous. And yes, I do recommend you grab your best equipment.
But Darius, what is this? What do you think this is?
if he's this scared, I've only seen you this worried once. About, I guess, twice.
This is
it
this is quite possibly one of those things I hate more than twists. And you know how much I hate twists. Put it
Yes,
like that.
I know how much you hate me.
So
Okay, so yeah, we're
I'm
Lord
basically
Inquisitor, would you happen to have a flamer at all?
I'm grabbing
Sadly,
basically
I
all
do
my
not,
stack of weapons.
and I'm also missing my power armor. So we are all going to be going into this slightly under-equipped,
How many of these
perhaps.
have I got?
I
Do you
I'm
I
giving-
have
hand
any
in my
spare grenades?
I
I'm
hand in my
handing
bolt
out each of-
pistol.
I'm handing each of you a firebomb.
He looks at your bolt pistol and just, what am I going to do with that? I'm not a shooter.
You'll probably make bet. Neither
So-
am I.
Just for everyone, take down one firebomb. They weigh 0.5 kilograms.
What is a firebomb? Is it basically a grenade?
It's a
It's
Molotov.
a basic firebomb explosive. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Molotov. You're walking around with Promethium in a bottle with a rag poking out of it.
Is it the same
Okay.
as that? Is it the same as that as an Inferno knight?
No.
No.
It
It's
is the basic firebomb.
So what are the stats for that?
It should be in like the core rulebook. Let me see.
Oh, firebomb.
I
Found
had
it.
them, but I
Okay.
don't think I ever actually used them, so I didn't put them in my.
Fire, firebomb is Dark Heresy core, page 158.
Strength bonus times 3, 1d10 plus 3, 10, 6, blast 3, flame.
Yeah. This
Yes.
as Inquisitorial acolytes, we can not requisition, but essentially take weapons from the PDF, right? That we currently have around us.
Basically, yeah. If you want shit equipment.
Have you seen my complete lack of anything other than a hack shotgun to shoot?
That is your own
Do you
fault,
want me to
sir.
give you a pistol?
Sir, that is your own fault. You gave away your weapons. Do not bitch at me
I
because
gave
you
you
can't
my
keep hold of
I
your
know.
weapons.
I know.
I gave you a weapon last time.
Oh, you
give
gave me
the
a
one
hand
too.
cannon, didn't you?
I
gave
gave
you
you
a
a hang down, I
scimitar.
gave you the scalp taker.
Oh, the scalp taker. Yeah.
I also gave you the scimitars, Mordecai. You have my las gun.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
last-
las pistol.
That's this one. Okay, fine. Never mind. Ignore me. It's been done. I was just gonna try and steal a better gun.
Off the PDF! They have the shittest weapon in the Imperium, except from gangers.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like I'm gonna hit shit at range anyway.
So, to start with, your Inquisitor comes out with Tempestus Carapace armor. He has... Does he have his Storm Shield? His Suppression Shield? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't have his Suppression Shield, which is sad. He doesn't have his Power Armor either, which is also sad. He brings forth... Oh, he doesn't have his Power Blade either. He brings forth his Raptor Blade and his Power Sword.
Okay.
So...
I was going to offer the thingy I got. I forgot the name. Chainsaw, but since he has a power sword, never mind.
Oh, he always has his power sword with him as just a... It's a mastercrafted sword, so it's got, you know, it's got the flair with it. He doesn't go round in carapace armor or in power armor or with all of his other shit. That's supposed to... that's actually on his gun cutter, which currently is in space, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I remember that power sword. The thing is, I didn't know if he had it with him too, because...
Yeah, his power sword is something like I treat a bit like Mordecai. It's his ancestral weapon. He's a noble. It's something he should have on him. It's the other stuff that I can't really justify bringing.
I'm going to be looking at the Medicaid, and I might need to talk to the Inquisitor, but we're probably going to need you to do some blood tests soon.
Darius, as the Inquisitor sits back in the car and you begin rolling on, you notice something about the other blade that he has in his hand. He does not have a sheath for it. It is a long, scythe-like claw that has been fashioned at the bottom to have a handle.
Has he got a fucking Necron blade?
No. He's got a Gene Stealer's arm that was turned into a blade.
Oh,
Yes, you recognise that. You recognise that the look of that thing.
he goes to shock even more.
Yeah, Darius is going to start hyperventilating a little bit more, but he's going to try and calm himself and realize that this time he can do that himself.
Mordecai's going to try and help calm him.
Oh boy.
Darius,
Twist helping the twist.
take a moment. For the rest of you, for those of you lucky enough not to have dealt with the Great Devourer or its insidious cults, this is the weapon you're going up against. He brings forth, holds up the Raptor Blade, and then he whacks it against the side of the APC. It cuts into the armor of the APC.
Of the NPC.
NPC. No. The APC. And he's not doing it really hard. He's just literally just gone with his arm, just let it extend and boffed the side of the heavily armored APC. The blade slices, the tips just slices through the metal like butter.
So why exactly are we not sending in, sorties?
Because we're the Inquisition. We need to confirm what the autopsy has led me to believe. The wound described is clearly identifiable for those who know of the creature that would cause such a wound. However, the Astartes are few in number, and in constant demand. It would take too long for the Knights of Bloodstone to get here, and there are no other chapters within range that could lend assistance as quickly as we can. If it turns out to be anything too serious, if it's something we can't handle, then we will pull back. But we must confirm the threat. Now, Darius, as you should have seen, he gestures with the blade again. That wound could have been caused by something similar, but I will not take the chance. However, how their threat got onto this world is another issue entirely.
Well,
we probably know how. We just need to figure out who let them through.
no. See, not always by ships. They have their own little things, pods, something along those lines. They've got these
Cults. Infiltrators.
Yeah. God fucking damn it.
I've
Have you
dealt
got
with
any of
them
the tests?
before. We
Any
can
of the
deal
tests?
with this.
Okay, so they came here and they are presumably in the place we're going to, right?
Yes, that's where the murder happened and the report came from.
And they
that's
have
where
infiltrators?
that's where the construction and the off-worlders were happening, wasn't it?
Hang on. They have infiltrators, right?
They can.
Yeah.
It takes a particularly long time for them to be able to do such work. However, this world has had no reports of anything peculiar happening. Hell, if it weren't for the fact that we were grounded on this world, I would have left shortly after finding out that my work here was not needed. The fact that this murder has turned up, and the wounds are so identifiable, and with the other leads, we have to investigate.
Sir? The place we're going to right now, there was a incident where off-world construction workers were brought on planets in spite of the contract being issued to the local Mechanicus forces. So, if there truly is an infestation and infiltrators, they're probably fairly high up in Mechanicus ranks, because that is a blatant breach of protocol.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the Mechanicus to me. Y'all like to keep to your codes and procedures. But then why hasn't the Mechanicus made an official complaint to the planetary governor? Like
The
that would have
workers
been on
have
record.
made a complaint. It just never reached the planetary governor. They can't even reach their own superiors.
What? They can't.
The worker I spoke to specifically said that they have lodged complaints towards the Adeptus Mechanicus, as this was their assigned work, and they have not been able to get into proper contact with any authority figure.
Oh, by the throne of terror. Okay. Well, if the Mechanicus has been infiltrated, then we will have more problems to deal with than I originally had suspected. It is highly unlikely, though, that the Adeptus Mechanicus would allow themselves to be infiltrated. Given
That's a
your...
risk we cannot take.
True, Darius. But given the given the tech priests want to augment themselves, it's highly unlikely that but not impossible, but it is unlikely that an infiltrator could have got past their Medicaid procedures. The
When did
Inquisitor
that,
seems to go off, like, at first he was very, it's highly unlikely, but the more that he's thinking about it, the more, like, the confidence is leaving his voice.
Sir, they may not have went in initially. Like, there are some of those that look fucking human. They
I'm
look
very aware
so
of
human,
that.
they're hard to fucking tell. So they may not have just started off with mechanics, they started off with some of the fucking lower scum.
I would also like to mention that I don't know if this is common or not, but those mechanicals didn't really look like. I'm gonna point at Ares. They didn't really have metal in them, so I think it would be easier to pass off as. If you're what your guys are describing, I think it would be easier to pass off as a regular mechanicus in this planet.
They could pass off like the thing Jenny was as well, because Jenny wasn't full on augmented either. As much
The
as they tried
planet's
to
run
take
by
her
a
voice.
subcult of the Adeptus
Yes, it
Mechanicus. Now that is more worrying. The subcults are not as privileged as the main. Well, this is all very worrying, to be honest.
I'm gonna look at the sword that Inquisitor is holding, the Tyranid sword. I'm gonna look at the APC scratch, and I'm gonna look at my karma. I'm just gonna mouth fuck.
I just look at my shield and also do the same.
Oh, have you got any spare cups, containers, anything like that?
Let me have a look.
No?
Gonna raise an eyebrow. Why?
I still have my Molotovs in my backpack.
No, not Molotovs. I need empty cups, tins, cans, anything like that. You need dust.
The Inquisitor leans over and opens up a supply hatch and takes out a load of mess tins.
Right. Fill these with dust. We enter a room, make a line of dust. If that dust is broken, we've got a spook nearby.
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow. Look at Darius.
Spooks are invisible Xenos.
I'm gonna look at Monica. Look at Darius. You say what?
It's low tech, but it'll work. Winters, do you have an auger array?
No, not really.
Damn it. Okay. We could have had a chance to scan this blade and have an attempt at picking up others if their genetic code, I believe I was told, matches.
Right,
I don't want those.
Well then look people, we got 7 days. I'll inform you of everything that I know about the Tyranids, about their infiltrators, their cults. I'll give you the knowledge that I have acquired in my dealings with them.
How... Just one thing, Inquisitor. How strong is the shadow?
It depends. If they're here in number, then they could be powerful. If they're just infiltrators, then it'll be negligible. However, I fear that this crackle going on may cause us more problems I can already feel my strength leaving me.
Has anyone got the materials to make a bayonet lug?
I've got.
I have a question.
Not really,
Since
no,
we're-
sorry.
Since we're in this, well, since we're talking about this, are they immune to anything? I mean, I know my powers are probably weak right now,
I
but
don't know. We didn't have twists on funnels. Alright?
I'm gonna look at the Inquisitor. I mean, even if
As
No.
far as I'm aware, some of their types, shall we say, have the ability to shrug off certain attacks, but it depends on what we're up against.
are they immune to poison by any chance, my lord?
Not that I'm aware of. Their chitin is similar to carapace, actually. It is resistant to acids and so on. Again, it also depends on what breed we're dealing with. If these are Tyranids, then they have different types, I guess you could say. Some have been reported to be resistant to bolter fire, for example, more resilient. Others have found to be less resilient, but more adaptable to well, I guess you could say poisons and other planetary effects. It all depends on which one we're hunting, as it were. If they are in human form, then we have a real problem. That means that they could have been here for a much, much longer time and just gone unnoticed. That'd be the worst case scenario.
I'm gonna put my hand on my head. Okay. If they are in human form, though, do we just shoot everybody we see? What do we do?
Well, if they attack us, then yeah, we kill them.
Don't let any of them get close. Not just for the fucking sides. Jesus, not the sides. No, Jesus, but never not the sides.
It depends. We're gonna meet the commissioner. I can't remember his name, but he's the one who called in, well, who sent in the report. He asked for our bodies, personnel to be made available from Agrafria. But seeing as we were on-world, and I recognized the wound, we'll talk to him first. We'll find out where the incident took place, and we'll take it from there.
Well, getting our bodies from Agrafria is not the best thing anyway, since there's only one left. And I'm wearing the uniform of another.
Technically, Darius, if you remember, there were only 3 bodies in the middle hive, not the upper hive. The upper hive was filled with them.
Enforcers, not Arbites.
Yeah,
No,
enforcers.
Arbites.
No, enforcers.
Wait, really? Then
There
never
are
mind.
3
I
Arbites.
misremember.
There are 3 Arbites on World. The Arbites had a lot of their power seized from them when the
Primarily taken up by
the
Secret
commander
Police and
came in.
Enforcers. But there's only 3 actual Arbites.
Okay,
Yeah, the
then
secret
I'm-
police. The secret police are handling the Arbites' work essentially, whilst investigations are go underway.
There was one there that was severely overworked, while the other 2 were corrupt as fuck.
Then I misremember. I apologize.
That's alright, it was a long time ago.
Wearing the uniform of the guy who was corrupt as fuck. Because he brought shame to it.
What forces are joining us from the planet? Just what we have here.
We will, if we need, we can acquire the Commissioner's PDF forces. This isn't the most defended world in the Imperium. There's no guard to call on. We got PDF to assist us. Hopefully they'll at least be able to shoot straight, if we're lucky.
Sir, if the Mechanicus has truly been infiltrated to this degree, them shooting straight is the least of our concerns.
Well, the PDF are not under Mechanicus preview,
No, but
so at least they'll be loyal.
If they got that high into Mechanicus, there's no telling they didn't get that high in PDF.
I'm just gonna put a warning out. Don't let anyone get too close. Anyone that's not in our group, don't let them get too close. You'll be at a knife in your back or whatever the fuck that thing's at. Whatever the fuck that thing was down your throat.
I'm just looking at Darius and I'm like, huh.
So,
I'm gonna
Darius'
tell you what.
expression doesn't change. He's just constantly on edge, panicked, even for 7 full days.
just quickly, how are we doing for time?
I'm
Say
fine.
probably.
Okay.
I'm
We
good.
can do some more.
No. It's is there more roleplay talking that you guys want to do?
If the
No.
Inquisitor is just giving everyone top up, that's fine with me. It means, yeah, alright.
So basically, what we'll do is we'll end the session here. If there's any other information you guys want to grab before the next session, I can give you that, because we'll do the 7-day time skip next session. So if there's anything like you're like, oh fuck, I need to grab this, you'll have a chance next week. And then next week we will go to Bruce County to see what this incident is all about. So I certainly hope all of you out there will join us next week to find out, is this a Tyranid invasion? Is it an infiltrator strike? Or is it some other heretical event? You'll have to tune in next week to find out. But I certainly hope you all enjoyed this episode, and are looking forward to the future episodes to come. So please do like, subscribe, comments, follow, do all the things. Leave us comments about how much we fucked up. I like reading them. And as always, thank you very much for joining us. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now. That's what I was getting to.
Help!
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.